Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for giving me your time. I'm not going to be. This is Mark from Right Line Trading, and I'm really not going to be spending much time on slides. And I really only have the slides up for one reason, and that's to read the disclaimer. Um, the webinar today there is really going to be about a market scanner or trade scanner, and I think it's the most powerful scanner that's out there. Um, that now all signals and trading opportunities provided both orally, written, or electronically that are disclosed to visitors or subscribers are for educational and demonstration purposes only. Right Line Trading takes no responsibility for any profits or losses in the futures, forex, or stock markets. Participation in and trading in any of these markets involves substantial risk, and it should be understood that a person can lose a substantial amount of money. Carefully consider your financial position before making a trade. Never risk more than 2% of your account on any trade. Do your own due diligence. And none of us here at Right Line for now are licensed commodity trading advisors, although we're working to change that. Let me move the slides off. And I just want to bring up one thing really quickly. Give me 1 second. And show you something. I had to step out for a second, so I'm just a little bit rushed, but here's what I wanted to show you. Now, hold on 1 sec. This is your typical trade scanner. Now, it doesn't make any difference what the company is; it's irrelevant. And this is just a YouTube video. But what the analyzer is doing, it's got a list of stocks that have gapped. And let me move this back and turn this off. I don't want the live presentation to be running while I do this. It's got a list of all the stocks that have gapped. It's got Momo. It's got a Momo list. It's got a surging up list. It's got a whole list of. It's got a pullback scanner. It doesn't give you really any entries. It's just giving you a menu of stocks that are moving in a specific direction, but it really doesn't provide you with the information you need to really get a really, really good entry. Our scanner is really completely different than this. It takes a whole different approach to finding really good entries, and it works on stocks, futures, or forex, and it works on any time frame, on any kind of bar, time, tick, range, Renko. It does not matter. So let me move this off. And what I'm going to do is first I want to show you how the analyzer is built, because you're going to get this as part of the analyzer. You're actually going to see the data that's inputted into the analyzer. Now, the first thing that in order to get a buy signal is you're going to have, I mean, there's almost enough software here to trade off of, but I just looked at JP Morgan, and I'll look at anything that you like. I have it set for a 5-minute. We can set it for a 2-minute. We can look at Apple. We can look at Amazon. It's really irrelevant. But I want to show you what we're looking at in order to get you a great entry. Now, the first thing that the analyzer looks at is the green background. which is really what I believe to be the most important variable there is. It's right here. Now, what this tells us is that JP Morgan is in a multi-time frame uptrend. This is looking at the 15-minute and the 45-minute. And this green background is not created by any price movement on your trading chart. So if the 15-minute is heading up and the 45-minute is heading up, it's really likely that your trading chart, which is a 5-minute, is going to be heading up. Now, let me just disconnect one of my data feeds, and we're going to we'll get live movement on the JP Morgan. Hang on one second here. Let me just reload. Now, I should be getting live movement. I don't know why I'm not here. I have a live stock data feed hooked up, and I'm not going to worry about it that much, but let me just check my connections again. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Disconnect, and then I'm going to reconnect. Let's see if that'll do it. All right, I don't know why I'm not getting it, but for some reason, it's just not coming in. So let me go back again to the indicators to show you what we're looking for. So we're looking for a multi-time frame alignment. And the funny thing was the trade analyzer which is right here, was just giving me multiple flashing signals right here. And I just don't know why we're not getting them now. Now the chart's still loading, so maybe that's part of the reason. See right there, still getting a loading signal. But anyway, let me go back to this background. Now, when the background is green, again, you've got that multi-time frame alignment in whatever instrument you're looking at to the upside or the downside on the two higher time frames. If you're looking at a 5-minute, it's going to be a 15 and a 45-minute. If you're looking at a 2-minute, it's going to be the 6-minute and the 18-minute. So that multi-time frame alignment is the most important variable that you look at to take a great trade. We're not looking at Momo stocks or breakout stocks, rising triangles. We're simply looking at stocks in a multi-time frame trend to the upside. And this is okay when we're getting these error messages. So it looks like everything's loading. It's just doing it very slowly. And that's our most important parameter in the analyzer. The second most important is this line. And remember, you're going to get these lines and get this system. It's this green line. And what we've done is we've looked at correlative markets to JP Morgan. JP Morgan is in certain ETFs. It's a part of the Dow 30. So there are correlative markets that should move up when JP Morgan moves up. And it's an indication of money flow. If money is flowing into JP Morgan, here we go. Now it's calculating all of the different indicators. Now my gold feed is off, and that's why I'm getting the now normally it's not this slow, but we're doing this in the middle of the day, and there we are. Now we should have a live feed, but for some reason I'm just not getting it. Now we do. It's moving. I just saw something move. It's just moving very, very slow. Because I saw an indicator move. But this is the correlative, the line that has the correlative markets. Now we should see JP Morgan move. Because I'm on a live. There it goes. It just moved a penny. So it's not moving much at all. But this is a live feed. So we want to know that money is flowing in not only into JP Morgan, but is flowing into all those correlative instruments that tell us that create certainty that we're getting money flow into this instrument. This next line, whoops, is also really important. And I just ditched it. Hold on a minute. I'm telling you, if I could be more clumsy, be unbelievable. It's the MTF Laguerre, and it's a really, really important line. And we're just going to put it in panel 3. I don't see it. Let's give it 1 second to calculate. Man, this has got to be the clumsiest day I've ever had in my life. All right, I'm just going to hold on a second. I'm sorry. The Quantum 2 modified Laguerre is going to be in panel 3. MTF Laguerre is in 3. The signal B is in 4. And then we're going to put the Laguerre in panel 5. Now we're set. Okay. Now the second line, and you can see this is the quant that's specific, or the money flow line that's specific for JP Morgan. You can see it indicated right there. Now this is the multi-time frame assessment of momentum, and it does it using the Laguerre oscillator. And we've modified this Laguerre oscillator to not look for divergence signals, but to follow momentum on a multi-time frame basis. This upper line, or this line right here, is extremely important. Now remember what momentum is. Momentum is acceleration in price. If price is moving up at a fixed pace, momentum is 0. If it's accelerating to the upside, momentum is positive. It's like a race car, going around a track. If it's going around at 100 miles an hour, momentum is fixed. If it starts to accelerate in speed, you get positive momentum. If it decelerates in speed, you get negative momentum. So it's considered a second order indicator or second order variable or parameter. So what we're looking at is momentum again on the 15-minute and the 45-minute. And we're looking for the multi-time frame alignment of JP Morgan. We're looking at money flow in the correlative indices that we've assessed on JP Morgan that should go up when JP Morgan goes up. And then finally, we look at the chart Laguerre or chart momentum. Now, for this to signal, all you need is for it to be up here, have this green line, and then afterwards, it doesn't matter if you lose the chart Laguerre, as long as you continue with background bias, the quant line, the multi-time frame Laguerre momentum. This is going to, the chart oscillator, you can see, doesn't really do much, but it has to be moving to the upside on the initial entry. Now, the initial entry here, you're going to get a buy signal right here. Now, this is not a very volatile instrument, and you're going to hold it based on your own risk management. As long as, I'm not going to give you an automated trade management strategy, but you can see that the likelihood of this instrument not going in your direction is very, very low. And what we're looking for here is a low risk, high reward entry. That's all we care about. Now, this is on a 5-minute, and we can look at any time frame that we like. Now, what I want to do is show you the analyzer. And you can see it right here. Now, the software does all the work for you. If you're trading a 5-minute chart, all you have to do is look at the 5-minute column, just like this. And you see that JP Morgan is no longer flashing you a buy because the multi-time frame Laguerre is now orange. It's now telling you this is not a great place to enter. You need green here, you need green here, and the initial entry, you need the you need the chart Laguerre up. Once this multi-time frame Laguerre goes orange, you lose the buy signal. So JP Morgan is now flat. If you're trading a 15-minute chart, it's still flashing a buy on a longer term time frame. You're going to hold for a longer period of time. And you can do this with an unlimited number of stocks. You can look at futures at the same time. You can look at Forex pairs at the same time. And let's just take a look at CVX, because CVX is flashing us a sell right now. It's the only sell on the chart. And let's see what it looks like. Chevron. And there's your sell. Right there. Red, and the long and the chart Laguerre heading down. So somewhere in here, you got to sell. Now, it's not a big winner, but the chances of this stock or trade going against you are extremely low. You probably would get the signal right around here because the angle of the chart Laguerre is down. Now, Chevron, again, is not exactly the most volatile stock in the world, but you can see the trend in Chevron is down. Now, on the right edge, we're getting a green quant line. The correlative markets to Chevron have now turned against the trade. And if we look at Chevron on the 5-minute, it's lost its sell. It's now flat, and there's no trade. If we look at Boeing, Boeing is giving us a buy, and you can see exactly where Boeing is. Green, green, green. Now we're on the right edge of the trade, and we're in sort of a dead market. I mean, none of this is moving very fast. But this is where you're looking for your potential long in a market that's got volume and that's got volatility. And the chances of getting a loser here are exceedingly low. It's really that simple. We're looking at the multi-time frame alignment and trend. Now, what the analyzer is looking for is the green color, not the blue. That's a weaker uptrend. The green money flow line or correlative market line, the multi-time frame Laguerre line, and then the chart Laguerre on entry is either sloping up or locked long. So green, green, green is your perfect long trade. So let's look at something that's a lot more volatile. I'll add it to the chart. Let's add an instrument. And let's add Amazon. So let's go to the NASDAQ 100 and find Amazon. And there's Amazon at the bottom. We'll have to give it a minute to load. Now it's flashing a buy. So let's put it in here. And there's Amazon. Again, didn't move that much today, but you can see again, up as long as the buy flashed. So now I'm actually missing one trend line, which I need to put in. For some reason I forgot it. I need the modified fast. Let me find it here. And there's a trend line. This is a 15 period. So you're going to get terrific entries and terrific trades. And the analyzer is always going to point you in the correct direction to trade. And you're not going to be working off of variables like this smorgasbord of gappers and crappers and pullback scanners and reversal scanners and surging up scanners. You're going to be looking at instruments in a multi-time frame trend to the upside, money flow going into that instrument. It's a very complex calculation, and each instrument has its own individual algorithm. The modified Laguerre, MTF Laguerre, which does a multi-time frame analysis of momentum or price acceleration, and then the chart Laguerre, which must be heading up at the time the trade is at the time the scanner gives you a buy signal. Now here, we're not going to talk about strategy, but when you get a signal like this and you take a retracement off support, that's where you're going to continue to get your move up. Just like any of the other scanners that give you that smorgasbord of parameters, they don't give you entries. They just give you potential stocks to look at where you may get an advantageous place to get in. I mean, my recommendation simply is as soon as you get the buy, you pop the instrument open, wait for the pullback to support, and take the trade up. And you're going to get very, very low risk trades. Now, also, this is one of the few instruments, or we call it a market analyzer, but it's really a scanner looking for great entries. It also will do it on futures. It will also do it on Forex pairs. So it doesn't make any difference. And so you can look at an unlimited number of stocks. You can also look at 5 or 6 futures. And you can also look at a dozen Forex pairs. I don't think there's any other entry scanner that'll allow you to do that. And you can do it on multiple time frames. That this big smorgasbord here isn't giving you any time frame. It's just giving you momentum. It's giving you gappers. It's giving you pullbacks. But you don't know what time frame it's analyzing. It's not analyzing any specific time frame. Here, you get to pick the time frame that you want to analyze. This is a 15-minute chart that you're trading. And this is looking at the 45-minute and 45 times 3 for the background bias, the multi-time frame Laguerre, and the correlative markets or order flow line. And if we want to, since we're getting on Amazon, we're getting a buy also on the 15-minute, we can change this minute to 15. You can see, still have the buy on a 15-minute chart. So I don't think you're ever going to get better entry signals than you will off of this scanner. And if you see right here, here is a short trade. Red, red, red. In here, you're not going to get any signal at all. You're not going to get any signal here either. Here's where you get your signals. And here's where you get them. Red, 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 green, green, green. And those are your longs and those are your shorts. So in the course of a morning, you can cherry pick the best trades. And we'll quickly go to Microsoft on a 5-minute. And there you are. Now it's kind of a dead market. We're not getting a lot of movement and a lot of volatility, even on Amazon. The stock was kind of dead. All of the big stuff happened here. And here's your sell signal. Here's your sell signal. here's your sell signal. You don't get much on this one. And it's a great buy signal right here at the open for a nice move up. So you're just going to get repetitive signals. They're going to put you in this trade in the right direction. This is the way to day trade. And the configurability allows you to trade any time frame, any kind of bar you want. This is a minute. You can trade a tick. You can trade, obviously, time. You can trade Renko. You can trade Unirenko. Whatever bar you want can easily be configured. Now, if you come aboard, it's going to come accompanied with a video on how to configure different time frames. They're really easy. I'm not going to go through it here, but it's very, very simple. You just go to columns, and you can go to a 5-minute, 10-minute, or if you go to instrument, you can add a new column. The 20-minute video that I made will tell you how to easily configure or change this from, like if you want to change this from minute, say, to range, you just go to range. It's very simple to configure. I don't want to do that here, but it comes accompanied with a video and a PDF. It's about a 10-page PDF. In an hour, you'll know exactly how to configure this. And you can look at really at an unlimited number of stocks, unlimited number of Forex pairs, an unlimited number of futures. Now, it's operational on NinjaTrader 7 and NinjaTrader 8. I recommend 8 because 7 doesn't really have enough. Sometimes it doesn't have the processing power to, if you want to look at, say, 100 stocks. I mean, you may want to look, if we go to add instruments, you can add the entire NASDAQ 100. Now, I don't know if you want to do that, but you can. We just added 100 tickers. Now, it's going to take a while for them to load all that data. But 7 may have a problem with all of those tickers. 8 will have no problem with that. Now, if you're trading another platform, you can set up NinjaTrader on a demo data feed and download a demo version and take the signals off of that. But if you trade stocks, you're going to have to buy a data feed. Now, if you're on Thinkorswim, it's perfectly configurable. So if we wait a second, we're going to get this all aligned here. But if your goal is to be a profitable day trader or swing trader, you just pick the time frame and the kind of candle you want, and you will get the signals. Now, it may take 5 minutes to load the data on 100 on 100 tickers. So we'll give it a little bit of time. Now, and you can see up here at the top of the analyzer, it's loading. Now, once you do it, you never have to do it again. So all you have to do is go to templates, save as, slow because it's still loading. And you can then create, your market analyzer template and name it whatever you want. Maybe you want to call this one, NASDAQ 100. Whatever you want. You save it, and then you never have to load it again. All you have to do is go to load templates, and it will load it for you. So I'm going to cancel out the save because it's still loading all the data. It's going to take a while because it's loading multiple parameters on multiple time frames, on multiple instruments, but eventually they will all come in. Now let me show you the offer. We've really reduced the price for this webinar, and it's really no more complicated than that. And I'll be willing to answer any questions that you have. Let me find the slide deck. Hang on one second. Now it's the market analyzer, stocks, futures, and Forex. Now I didn't put in that it comes with all the indicators. Now we've not done that before. We've simply let the market analyzer do its work, because embedded in this market analyzer are these indicators. That's part of the algorithm. So you don't really need the indicators. But what I did was I decided it would be additionally advantageous if you want to be able to actually see the indicators, because it may give you a better entry to see exactly what the analyzer is looking at. And you can see it's slowly loading, one ticker after the other. And eventually they will all load, and you're going to get buy-sell signals for everything. So you get all the indicators and the analyzer. And this is not a lease. This is a lifetime offer. We will give you upgrades, add-ons as we improve it, make it better, and we do that often. We're always looking to make it better. The first 5 will get 1 month in the live trading room with me. As I'm sure there are a lot of traders in the room know, so I wouldn't give you a phony figure. Last week, I made $1,750 in the live trading room gross. I didn't subtract out commissions. This week, we had 2 technical issue days where we moved from NT7 to NT8. And the 3 days that I did trade, on Monday I lost $50. On Tuesday I made $550. And today I can show you exactly what I made. If I can find it, it's here somewhere. Hang on one second. I made over 500 today. Let me just find out where it is. I don't see it. Let me go to new trade performance. It's right here. We move this off to the side here. Now this is, let me move it to 816 to 816, generate. We made $520 today. So this is the first day we've been on NT8, and that's what we do in the live trading room. So we did really, really well. We looked to make at least $1,000 a week net after commissions. So the first 5 will get that 1 month in the live trading room, which is normally $199 a month. Now the offer expires on 8/18, which is Sunday. Here's our phone number. I'll leave that up, and let me answer any questions that you might have. Hi there, Philip. Thank you so much. Alan. No, you know, when you asked that question, Alan, I hadn't done it yet. I changed to Amazon, and I changed to, a lot of different instruments. And I'll change to anything that you like. I mean, whatever you want to see. I just think the market's pretty dead right now. But if you want to go to Amazon, or you want to go to, if you want to go to, let's go to Google and look at the whole day, we can see when there would be a signal. So here's Google. And this is a 5-minute, which is very fast for Google. Now here, this would be a short. And it would be a brief, long. Actually, it wouldn't have been. See this line right here? It's orange. So there would be no signal here. Again, here, the Chartler gear is heading down, no signal. Here you would get a short. Here's another short. And here's your killer long right here. Now, if you use this to day trade options, you can make a lot of money. I mean, if you catch on this pullback to support right here, and then a move up, I'm going to scale it. Now, you're not going to get from the bottom to the absolute top, but if you can get 26 points on Google, now actually, you'd probably exit the trade about right here. And I go over all this in the video. You would get about maybe 22, 23 points, and you buy an in the money call, you're going to make 1 ton of money. It's just another way to leverage it without having to actually spend the money you need to buy a significant amount of shares on Google. And the likelihood of this going up when everything is aligned appropriately is extremely high. There'll be a recording, Debbie. Hi, hey, Eric. Yeah, I just added a ton of stocks, Eric. I mean, we've got nothing but stocks here. And now the whole NASDAQ 100 is loaded. There's a few, there's a few empty spaces here, and you can just take this column, and you just go. I'm sorry, this is a row, and you just go to. There's a delete. I don't know where it is here, but in the video I show you. I tell you where I tell you where it is. Remove row. Just remove it. Now, I don't know why we're not getting into it, but if you want to, you can remove the row. That's all. So we're getting data on almost everything. Now, the stock has to move. Now, Computer Associates doesn't exist anymore. And some of these may be just not moving. They don't move at all. And they have to move a cent or two in order for this to create any kind of signal. And if we waited long enough, they would all fill in. Sure, Gene. I think let's go to a daily. Now, first, what we can do here is let me show you I'll show you how to configure. We'll go to the column, and let's change the 15-minute to a daily signal. Okay, so we're going to drop this down today, and we're going to go 3 times. Well, I'm sorry, that's the NFE. Whoops. Let me close it and reopen it. Let's go to the columns. Let's go to our 15-minute. And let's go to a day. Go to a day. Go to a day. And we're going to put in 3, 3, 3. Always put 3 times in. The system will know you're trading a 1 day and that the next time frame is 9 days. Here is the data series. And the data series is the day, 1 day. And you're going to change the label to 1 day. Now it's calculating. Let's give it a minute. And we can go to some instruments. It's locked while it's calculating. But I can answer, I think I can answer other questions. I can. Aid or Adi, there is no signal. This buy is simply telling you that you have the total alignment, that you have a multi-time frame alignment and trend, that you have money flow going into the instrument, that you have a multi-time frame alignment of momentum accelerating to the upside, and that your chart momentum is heading to the upside. It doesn't give you, it's telling you, here's the zone where you're going to find the best buy, which is a lot better than any other trade scanner, where it's just giving you Momo, breakout, relative strength, things like that. I mean, they're much vaguer and quite useless, I think. Once you open the chart, you're going to see green here and green, green, green below. And my recommendation, I mean, you can trade it any way you like, but my recommendation is to take the first pullback to support and then long. It's that simple. You can jump right in. And if you did, you would take heat on the trade on the pullback to support, and then you would head straight up. So if you, now sometimes if you look for a retracement, you won't get it. It's just going to go straight up. So it's really up to you how to trade it. But this is giving you the most low risk, opportune times to trade. Now it's loading a long time. I really should have not put in the NASDAQ 100 because it's got so many instruments and this is a long time frame. What we'll just do is we'll just go to a daily on the chart. See, the chart is locked because the market analyzer is locked. So we'll give it a minute. Now it just moved. So things are happening, but that analyzer is still working, unfortunately. And I see things are starting to come in. So let's look at a 1 day and let's look at Google. Everything's calculating. Now, what we have to do to Google is we have to also reformat the indicators. Remember, you're going to set all these up as templates, so you don't have to do this every time. The MTF Laguerre has got to go. from minutes to days, and you're going to put in 3. Background bias has got to go from minutes to days. This is all in the video, and you're going to go to 3. And then we're going to hit OK. I think I got the quant. Nope. Order flow has to go to days and 3. Now we're good to go. So here's your daily right here. And you can see you get really, really outstanding setups on the daily. And you can anticipate, in fact, we know exactly when you're going to get a signal. Right here. Now this is a daily chart. So this is a big move. This is a move from about 1217 to 8, from 17 to 88. So that's about 70 points on that move up. Here, like I said, just take the pullback to support and then the move up. You've got the buy signal flashing. You've got a great trade. You're going to be in this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. You're going to be in there a long time. And here there's nothing. Here, you're not really going to get anything. It's going to flash you it's going to flash you a sell here, and then it's going to disappear. And you have nothing here. So I don't have many days loaded, but you can see there's your green, green, green. There's your green, green, green. And here you don't have red, red, red. When this is red and this is red, this is yellow. When this is red and this is red, this is orange. And you only have that brief red, red, red on one candle. That's it. So by the time you get the signal and you wait for the pullback to support, you have no trade. You're very rarely going to get a false signal here. And I think we're loading. We've got the 1 day loaded, and it's flat across the board on everything. I can put in any instrument that you like. Really, the time frames are totally independent. Formatting it is easy because once you do it once, you take the template and you save as your stock 1 day, your stock daily, and you never have to go through those numbers, making those changes again. Once you have your market analyzer set, you just go to templates, save as, and it's all going to be done. You never have to rotate these numbers unless you come up with a new time frame that you want to trade. Then you're going to have to create that new time frame template. And that's the video you're going to get and the PDF you're going to get. Len, a 5-2, you're not going to run a Unorenko on the analyzer and take a trade on the 5-minute. It just doesn't. It doesn't work that way. What we're gonna look for is if we trade a Unorenko on the if we're looking for a buy or sell on the analyzer, we got to trade the same kind of chart because they have no correlation. If you're trading, I mean, it's like trading an 8 range. It's like looking for an 8 range buy on the analyzer and trading a 5-minute chart. I mean, they're just not going to correspond. So that's not going to work. You're going to, if you trade a 1-day, if you're looking for a 1-day signal, you're going to trade a 1-day chart. That's all. Yeah, we will send a recording. Hey, Alan. Hey, Gloria. Yes, Gloria. If you call us at 786-732-4656, Rory will pick up the phone and he'll help you. He'll help you get it all set up and all done. Okay, Gloria? If you're not in the if you're not in the United States, you can Skype us at Right Line Trading. Hey, Debbie. Yes. Just call Rory. Same thing. Different question, but 786-732-4656. Or if you're not in the United States, just Skype us at Right Line Trading. And he'll help you out. Okay? Dwayne, it's only going to work on NinjaTrader 7 or NinjaTrader 8. But if you have Thinkorswim, your Thinkorswim data feed will power them. So you can use the analyzer, buy and sell signals, to bring up a chart on Thinkorswim. Now that's true of a few other platforms too. I don't know every single platform that you can connect. If you cannot connect and you want to use the analyzer, you're going to have to buy a data feed. And the data feed is going to cost you about $70 to $80 a month. To run Ninja, look at the analyzer, and then take the signals on whatever platform you're trading. So there's going to be additional monthly cost for the data feed. But Thinkorswim and a bunch of other platforms will run it for you, and you don't have to pay anything. And we'll configure all of that for you. Do not worry about the configuration at all. We will take care of that for you. No, Gary, the analyzer is separate. It's not part of the full software. But if you want to add it on, and you call Rory, if you own the full software suite, he'll give you a nice deal on it. Yes, it will, Dwayne. Thinkorswim or TradeStation will run this on its data feed. And you don't have to pay anything, and we will configure it for you. So it will run it. And in fact, I don't have it here, but if you look at my NinjaTrader connections, one of them says TD Ameritrade on it. And that will power this entire thing that you see, indicators and the analyzer. Sure, Debbie. Let me show you futures. Let's take a look at, hang on one second here. Okay, let's take a look at one of the futures that we have up here. Well, we don't have it up there anymore. They've been moved. But let's take a look at the, we'll take a look at crude. Now we have to change the month. So let's forget about crude. And actually, why don't we go in and do that? Let's go to the columns. Actually, I'm not going to do that right now. Why don't we add an instrument? We'll add the E-mini, okay? Yes. Let's go to futures. And we just added it. It's probably at the bottom. Here it is. Now, here's the 5 minute and here's the 1 day. Let me show you the best way I like to trade futures. Well, let's trade it on a 2 minute. All right, we'll look at a 5, just so we don't have to do this over again. So let's dial in the E-mini. And let's go to a 5 minute. Okay, now the reason it's not loading is because the indicators are set for daily, because we're going back and forth. So now we have to go to bias. We're trading a 5 minute, so we have to go to minutes, and we have to put in 15. We have to go to the MTF Laguerre, and we have to put in minutes. And these would be all templates, and put in 15. And we would go to the, there's one other, the quant. We have to go to minutes and put in 15. And there we go. Now here's the E-mini. And the E-mini is super on this. And this is early in the morning. Here's where you get your buy signal, right here. And you're sitting at support. That's a terrific trade. Now you can hold all the way through if you want. It's up to you. But your entry signal here, almost right off of support, gives you an incredibly good move. Now, it's very early in the morning, but if we scale this, we'll just take that's 8 points. I'm surprised it's that small. Let me move this in. It should be more than 8. The entry is at 69.50. Yeah, it's 8 points. It goes to 69 to 78. And then here's your next entry. But you remember, you wait for the pullback to support and take the trade long. That's it on a 5 minute. If we wanted to trade it a 2 minute or a 1 minute, we'd have to do the whole reconfiguration. But you can see it's really effective. It does not matter what the instrument is. And it's going to give you a great signal to get in. I would just recommend you take, if this goes straight up, let it go. But when you get that buy, you can have the chart like this. Oops. This is the way I usually do it. Take the chart and I fold it up. And stack them. Then when you get a buy signal, just pop it open. That's all. Same thing with stocks. You could have 40 or 50 stocks on here. You get the buy, you pop it open, just like that. Got it, Gary. Yes. It uses the same algorithm, Aid, Addy. I'm sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Multi-time frame alignment and trend on the E-mini, money flow. Now the correlative markets here on the E-mini are easy. They're the Russell, NASDAQ, and Dow. This is the multi-time frame alignment of momentum. And here's your chart momentum. And you see how you want that chart momentum. It goes down. Now, when the trade flashes the first buy, that chart momentum falls, and then as soon as it starts heading up, it's when you get back in the trade and you take it up. Now this is really an end of day Friday move. Here's your trade right here, which is a terrific trade. Now this is a long time frame for the E-mini, a 5-minute. If you're going to trade on minutes, I'd probably trade a 2-minute on this. I just don't want to have to go through all the reconfiguration to set up a 2-minute chart. But it doesn't make any difference. You're going to wind up getting great signals. Okay, Frank. Okay, hang on. I'm getting a lot of questions. Hold on. Okay. I got the no, Frank, the best chart I think to use in my opinion for the ES is the Unirenko. And we can configure it for you. And we can configure the analyzer on the Unirenko. So don't worry about that. The point is it doesn't matter what you use. And if you go here and you go to column and you go to, let's say, the 5-minute, you can see that if you want to, you can change the minute. So the Unirenko would use range. And that would be what you would configure in the analyzer. And we can help you with that, and it's in the video. It's really easy to do. Okay. Hey, Jeffrey. Yes, Jeffrey. I'm gonna have Rory look at your comment and make sure, Jeff, that you get everything that you're asking for. Okay. Thanks so much for coming aboard, and we'll make sure that you get. I'll have Rory help you configure, and you'll get all the templates. David, it's different from the radar screen on TradeStation because it's looking at a different algorithm. The trade scanner, the radar screen on TradeStation is not looking for a multi-time frame alignment and trend. It is not looking at a multi-time frame alignment in Laguerre momentum. It is not looking at correlative markets as a proxy for money flow. It's looking at other things. It's a good tool, but I think this is a much better tool. And you can see from the trades and the setups that we took, price almost always rises when you get a buy. And isn't that what you want? I mean, when you get a buy signal, you want whatever you're looking at to go up. As long as you take the trade off support, that's why you need the 50 and the 15. There'll be times when it just goes straight up and you can't get it. But when you flash a buy, pop the chart, wait for the pullback to the 15, take it off the 15, it's going up. I'd say 85 to 90% of the time. Where you decide to take it off is really going to be based upon your trade management strategy and your risk tolerance. As long as you got that green background, your chance for the price to rise and continue to rise, as long as the multi-time frame Laguerre stays green, as long as money continues to flow into the instrument. The thing you just have to be careful of is your chart oscillator, is the chart Laguerre, because it can pull back, give you a pullback, and then it's going to come back up. You may, and remember, you can exit and then re-enter. So there are many ways to trade it. And if you want me to, and if you come aboard and you want me to help you with it, I'll be more than happy to spend time with you on it and work with you on it. But when that green and you get that buy, if you take the trade off support, you're almost always going to get a move up. Just remember to trade with decent volume. I mean, don't trade at 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't trade like right now where the market's dead. Trade where you got movement, where you got volume, and you got volatility. And that should give you a really, really nice trade. And our goal as traders, whether we day trade or swing trade, is not to get every winner. It's to avoid every loser. And if you trade with all those parameters in your direction and you wait for price to pull back to support and then take it long or pull up to resistance and then take it short, it's very unlikely to give you a loser. And that's what you want to avoid. There'll be times where you don't get the pullback, so let it go. But our goal when I day trade in the room is not to get every winner. It's to avoid as many losers as I can. And if you can do that, you will trade extremely profitably. And that's what this is formatted to do. Get you into the winners and let you stand aside on the losers or the potential losers. That's the goal. You get to sell, look for the pullback to resistance, take it short. Just that simple. So listen, everyone, I really appreciate you giving me your time. Again, here's the offer. The first 5 will come into the room with me. And we make good money. And I'm not going to swear to you're going to pay for it in the first week, but I'm going to make darn sure that we do, or do my best, because we're looking for 1,000 after commissions. And I said last week we made $1,750 before commissions. Commissions were about $400, $450. So we made about $1,300 last week. So listen, everyone, again, our number is 786-732-4656. And if you want to give us a call, there were some questions, be more than happy to answer. Rory's on the phone. Take care. Have a great, great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.